What we've seen over the past few days following the death of George Floyd once again shines a light on a dark side of American history: systemic racism. TMJ4 News is taking an in-depth look at how institutionalized racism in the past has molded what we are seeing today and possible solutions to move our community here in Milwaukee forward. Sean Gallagher talked to a historian and homeowner on why the practice of redlining is one of the many factors that led to Milwaukee labeled the most segregated city in America.
Homes like this are for sale in the Sherman Park neighborhood. And based on the statistics, a white family is more likely to buy this house than a black one. Nearly 100-year-old discriminatory lending practices called redlining are influencing that today.
When people purchase homes, that's building generational wealth.
Reggie Jackson is a Milwaukee historian who grew up in the city. He says in the 1930s, lenders gauged the risk level of home loans. The red areas were deemed most risky and were almost always black communities.
What that did is if you lived in one of those red areas, it was practically impossible to get a loan to purchase a home or a business.
It may have happened 90 years ago, but is still being felt now. Milwaukee was named the worst city for African Americans last year by 24/7 Wall Street, and home ownership played a big role in that label. According to the census, nearly 41% of Milwaukee's population is black, but less than a quarter of homes in the city are owned by black Milwaukeeans. And it means a lot more than just having a roof over your head.
Even though those policies of redlining have disappeared many years ago, because of the generational difficulties, we still see the impact of that, nearly 100 years later.
Sadly, it is a rarity for people of color to own homes in Milwaukee.
Char Borg is a realtor. She's also a homeowner in Sherman Park. Since her family bought their home around 20 years ago, it's more than doubled in value, something that will help her kids and possibly even her grandkids.
That's what builds wealth. You buy a home for $100,000, you live there for 10 years, and then you sell it for $150,000. Now you just made $50,000. The key is home ownership in communities where values are going up.
Because African Americans have more difficulty buying homes in the 30s and 40s through redlining, it's had impacts on their children and their children's children, which brings us to today. Black communities continue to see extremely low home ownership rates, so they don't reap the same wealth building benefits as their white counterparts.
The biggest value of being a homeowner is that you build equity that you can lean on in difficult times. You can make repairs to your home by borrowing against that equity. You can buy a vacation home up north, a little cabin up north. You can buy a boat to go fishing. You can do all of the things that are part of the American dream.
The City of Milwaukee has resources to help minority home buyers, both in the Bronzeville neighborhood and through the Home Buyer Assistance Program for city-owned homes, helping achieve those financial benefits, which help more than an individual family.
Increasing the home ownership rates increases the property values, increases the tax base of the city, increases the amount of funding we have for so many programs that we need. It's good for everybody.
Buying a home can be a difficult undertaking for anyone. We're here to help. We have resources on our website at tmj4.com to help. Just look for this story. In Sherman Park, Sean Gallagher, TMJ4 News.